Hi dear students, Santosh here. Today I am going to deliver my lecture number 12 on highway engineering, which deals with the various multiple choice questions frequently asked in highway engineering portion of civil engineering, and this lecture might be useful for you for MPSC preparation as well as it is useful for the UPSC GATE and other competitive type of examinations. It is also useful for degree and diploma level students and also for the engineers who want to brush up their knowledge or who want some orientation programs. So let us start with MCQs. My first MCQ is the Nagpur road plan formula were prepared assuming star and grid pattern is the most appropriate and correct answer. In India, topographic maps are available from the Survey of India. So you must remember the Survey of India for topographic maps. The Nagpur road plan classified the road in India in 5 categories. That categories are the national highway, state highway, major district road, other district road and village road. So you must remember these 5 categories. From the plate load test, an empirical design equation was recommended is T is equal to K log of base 10 into bracket P divided by S. So that is you must remember for these MCQs. The highway connecting Delhi, Chandigarh, Amritsar is denoted as National Highway number 1. That is Delhi, Chandigarh, Amritsar. The longitudinal coefficient of friction recommended by IRC is 0.40. Longitudinal coefficient of friction, and the lateral coefficient of friction is 0.15, and for all the calculation we need that 0.15. The city roads of Chandigarh have adopted the block pattern. So you must remember Chandigarh and block pattern. Then ODR plus VR formula is 0.32V plus 0.8Q plus 1.6P plus 1 plus 3.2S plus D. So D is development length. So you must remember all these empirical formulas for these MCQs. And for NH plus SH plus MDR in kilometer is A by 8 plus B by 32 plus 1.6N plus 8T plus D minus R. So you must know what is A, what is B, what is N, what is T, what is D, what is R. I already explained in my previous lectures. Okay. The IRC has recommended the shape of transition curve as a spiral. So IRC recommended the transition curve shape as a spiral shape. What is the value of ruling minimum radius of horizontal curve for a design speed of 100 kmph? So you know the formula R ruling or R minimum value of horizontal curve is V square divided by 127 into bracket E plus F. But in this problem the value of E is not given also and the value of F is also not given. So value of coefficient of lateral friction you may take as a 0.15 and the value of E, that is maximum value of super elevation, that is 6.7%. So you can take it as a 6.7 divided by 100. So 100 square, what is the value of V, that is velocity in kmph. So 100 square divided by 127 is the empirical value. Value of E is 6.7%. We assumed it as the maximum super elevation plane area. That's 6.7 divided by 100 plus 0.15, that is coefficient of lateral friction. You get the value of 363 meter or 362.85 meter. So you can calculate on calculator. IRC has suggested for the purpose of measuring the stopping side distance, the height of object is 0.1 meter above the road surface. IRC has suggested the height of eye level of driver who is sitting in the car is 1.22 meters. So you must remember all these empirical values. IRC has fixed maximum limit of super elevation as 1 in 15. That is the maximum value of super elevation. Then total reaction time of average drivers for normal situation may be assumed to be 3 seconds. That is reaction time. When driver sees some object and he takes his time to react, that time is reaction time, and that is generally 3 seconds. Based on PIEV theory, the total reaction time is split into 4 parts. The name itself indicates PIEV: perception, intellection, emotion, and violation. So these 4 parts are there. So answer is the 4 parts. For good pavement surface, the unevenness index is kept preferably less than 150 centimeter per kilometer. But nowadays for concrete pavement, it is taken as 2100 to 2500 millimeter per kilometer for that roughness index. The centrifugal ratio is equal to V square upon GR, as discussed in earlier lectures. In hilly roads, a maximum super elevation adopted is 8%. In plain area, it is 6.7%. And in slow fall areas and in exceptional situation, it is taken as 10%. So you must remember that super elevation values I discussed earlier also. An unevenness indicator is useful to indicate unevenness values from 3 to 20 millimeter, that is mm. In case of speed of overtaken vehicle, VB is not given. The same may be assumed as V minus 16. Camber is provided to the road to drain off the rainwater. The camber's first purpose is to drain off the rainwater. Then MDR means Major District Road with bituminous pavement surface has horizontal curve of radius 1000 meter. If the design speed is 60 kmph, what would be the super elevation? You know one formula for mixed traffic or for MDR. MDR, there is a mixed traffic. So value of super elevation E is equal to V square divided by 225 R. So V is given as a 60 kmph. So 60 square divided by 225 multiplied by radius is given 1000. You get one value. Get it inverted. You can get the value of 1 in 62.5 if you want to express in 1 in percent. Okay. Providing a transverse slope throughout the length of the horizontal curve is known as super elevation. The maximum width of the vehicle as per IRC specification is 2.44 meter. The maximum width of vehicle. The height of class 1 type of shoulder curve is 7 to 8 centimeter. Then there are various types of formulas. All are based on the formula E plus F is equal to V square upon 127 R. Or if we taken the R towards the E plus F, then R minimum is equal to V square divided by 127 into bracket E plus F. So application of one simple formula gives you the various values. What is the problem? The radius of horizontal curve is 100 meters. So R is given, capital R. The design speed is 50 kmph. So V is also given. And design coefficient of lateral friction is 0.15. So value of F is given. What will be the super elevation if full lateral friction is called into play? If full lateral friction called into play, the value of F is taken as 0.15. But if half is taken into play or some part, so we have to take it as a 0.15 divided by 2 for 50% or like that. So in this formula, put up the value of R as a V, put up the value of V as a 50 square divided by 127 multiplied by 100 and put the value of F as a 0.15. You will get the value of E, get it inverted. So you can get the value of 1 in 21.2. So that is the most appropriate answer. Next MCQ is the radius of horizontal curve, similar that of 28 type of problem. The radius of horizontal circular curve is given as 100 meter. The design speed is also same 50 kmph. The design coefficient of lateral friction is also same 0.15. So what will be the coefficient of friction needed if no super elevation is to be provided? If no super elevation is to be provided, then value of E is 0. So use the formula F is equal to V square upon 127 R. You will get the value of F as you will get the value of F, that is coefficient of friction, that is 0.197. What is the value of absolute minimum radius of horizontal curve for a design speed of 100 kmph? You can use that formula also. R minimum is equal to V square divided by 127 into bracket E plus F. The value of E, I already discussed about that, that is 6.7%. The value of F is not given, then it is taken as a 0.15%. or you can use the formula for that absolute minimum radius of horizontal curve as a 0.036 v square. Put the value of v as 100, that is 100 square. You can get the value near to 363 meter. That is the most appropriate answer. Then next question is, what is the extra widening required for the pavement of width 7 meter? So it is 2 lanes. 7 meter means on a horizontal curve of a radius 250 meter, if the longest wheelbase of a vehicle expected on the road is 7 meters and design speed is 70 kmph. So you can use the formula for extra widening on the curve, that is mechanical widening plus psychological widening, that is NL square upon 2r plus v divided by 9.5 under root of r, or r is to 1 by 2. You will get the value of 0.661 meter. So you must remember all this formula. In this equation, the value of n is equal to number of lanes, that is 2. L is 7 meter, that is the length of wheelbase. R is given 250 meter and v is also given as 70 kmph. So using all these values, you can get answer of 0.661 meter. So total widening of the curve is given by, as discussed earlier, that is the formula NL square upon 2r plus v divided by 9.5 r raised to 0.5. Okay, similar to first problem. Then in case of parabolic camber, the general equation is given by y is equal to 2x square divided by nw. So you must remember all these equations. Side distance is given by 0.278 vt plus v square divided by 101, that is side distance. And stopping side distance at slopes is equal to vt plus v square upon 2g into bracket f plus or minus n divided by 100. That is the formula for the stopping side distance. The number of vehicle occupying unit length of the lane of roadway at a given instant, usually expressed as a vehicle per kilometer, is the traffic density. Okay, as discussed in our earlier lectures, the number of vehicles crossing a section of a road per unit time at any selected period is the traffic volume. That is the better than that of density, that is traffic volume. The temporary physical characteristics of the road users affecting their efficiency are the fatigue, alcohol, illness. All of above affects the physical characteristics because all are related to physical strength of the driver. The spot speed study may be useful in any of the following aspects of traffic engineering: to use in planning traffic control and in traffic regulations, correct; to use in accident studies, that is also correct; and to study the traffic capacity, that is also correct. So all of the above is the most appropriate answer. A drawing showing all important physical conditions of an accident location to be studied is the condition diagram. The diagram showing the approximate path of vehicles and pedestrians involved in the accident is called as a collision diagram. It indicates collision of a vehicle and pedestrian or a person. According to IRC, no axle load should exceed 8,165 kg, that is 8 ton. The relative magnitudes of the generated traffic and geometric relationship of the zones involved may be represented by pie chart. The width of the road vehicle is 2.44 meter, as discussed earlier. Height of a single decked vehicle, means not a double decker but single decked vehicle, is 3.81 meter maximum. Length of vehicle single unit with 2 axles, that is maximum, is 10.67 meter, and maximum length of single unit with more than 2 axle vehicle is 12.19 meter. So maximum length of the vehicle for multi-axle or more than 2 axle vehicle is 12.19 meter. The various applications of O&D studies may be summed up as follows: to locate the expressway or major routes along the desired lines, to establish the preferential routes for various categories of the vehicles including bypass, to judge the adequacy of existing routes, and to use in planning new network of road. All these are required for applications of that origin and destination study. So all of above is the most appropriate answer. The sum of the methods for collecting O&D data are the roadside interview method, return postcard method, tag on car method. All three methods are used. So all of the above is the most appropriate answer. On a right angled road intersection with two-way traffic, the total number of conflict points are 24. So you must calculate and tell me the formula how I am calculate that 24. The cycle lengths for the two-phase signal are normally 40 to 60 seconds. That is cycle time for signals. Then impact test is designed for the toughness. So impact related to toughness. The gross load of any vehicle or combination of vehicles should not exceed the value that is given by the relation, that is gross load of vehicle is W is equal to 1525 into bracket L plus 7.3 minus 14.7 L square. Okay, so you must remember that value. Equivalent factor of PCU for passenger car, tempo and auto rickshaw is, name itself indicates car and PCU of car is 1. So 1 is the most appropriate answer. Theoretical maximum capacity is given by C is equal to 1000 V divided by S. You must remember this formula for the capacity. Then Burmester theory is two-layer theory. Burmester method is using elastic two-layer theory. I am not discussed in my lectures, but you must remember these formulas also. In the design of flexible pavement based on California resistance value method, the following data is needed: R value of soil subgrade, TI value, equivalent C value of pavement material. In such a case, all of above is the correct answer. For highway, the maximum legal axle load as specified by IRC is, as discussed earlier, 8165 kg with a maximum single wheel load of 4083 kg. The traffic index is given by TI is equal to 1.35 into bracket EWL raised to 0.11. So you must remember these formulas. C value for bituminous concrete is 60 to 62. C value for gravel based course is 15. With reference to Burmester layered system method, EB is greater than ESB is greater than ES. Okay. The soil portion passing 0.074 mm sieve percent 50. Liquid limit is 40%. Plastic limit is 20%. The value of GI will be. So you must know the formula of GI as discussed in my lectures, that 0.2A plus 0.005 AC plus 0.1 BD, and putting the values of that A, C, B and D, you will get the answer as a 6.5 for that GI, that is group index. And which is the correct relation? T1 divided by T2 is equal to C2 divided by C1 raised to 1 by 5. That is the correct relation. And for more details and notes, you may please contact my administrator also, or you may write me on my email ID. And please listen my lecture till the end to get some more and more questions or more and more ideas related to civil engineering. So till then, bye bye. And I am covering the another lectures of highway engineering or MCQs, and then I will probably start my lectures on irrigation engineering. So please watch my lectures till the end, and thank you for subscribing me. And who have not subscribed my channel, once again requesting them to subscribe my channel. So till then, bye bye, see you, bye.